Good morning and welcome to another morning chat session. Oh, Lordy, it's cold. I have the little space heater blowing warm air on me. Oops. I don't know whose brilliant idea it was to put a timer on the heating pad so it only runs for half an hour. They could at least make it a full hour. Welcome in, Jason. Good to see you. Oh, it's cold. Even Grandpa, the old stray cat, came inside, ate a bunch of kibble and a few treats. Well, hi there, Grandpa Kitty. Yeah, I can't get him on camera. He's in the dark. Anyway, he actually, when he wants in, he actually attacks the front door, which is mostly glass, so I can see him and hear him. He's definitely not a feral cat. He's been somebody's pet. And he's calming down a bit. He isn't as afraid of me because I haven't sprayed him with water in a long time. And he has not been fighting with the other cats. Yeah, he's being a good boy. Oh, hi, Tutu. Tutu wants treats. They all want treats. There's Tutu. She's pretty kitty. I think Tutu's actually a male. They told me all three of the feral cats were female, but I think this one's a male. For one thing, he's twice the size of his sister. And for another, when I finally got the opportunity to check his butt, it looked male. You know, being neutered, some of the parts are not there, but basically, female cats have a slit and where they poop, and males have a dot. Well, hi, Ditch. Welcome in. And let's see, I'm coming to you live from freezing downtown Crestline. The computer claims that it's 52 degrees, but I have the heat going in the house, so it's probably 60. So I'm sitting on my heating pad and shivering a little. I have all these layers of clothing on and I'm still chilled. Oh, Ditch says it's 54 where he is and he loves it. Well, anyway, the heat is supposed to start coming back tomorrow. We'll see. I have so much unusually hot days, and now we're having unusually cold days. About 10 degrees below normal. And I've had the hot steam vaporizer going overnight. And I've got my electric blanket, and I usually have at least one cat. Usually Tora, and sometimes Tutu. Hi, Tora, pretty kitty. You're in the dark. I can't get your picture. Yeah, such a pretty kitty. She's a good girl. Aw. Anyway, um, California has a program to defer. Oh, Ditch is gonna run for smokes. See you in a few minutes. California, where I was born and raised and never escaped. Oh, the stovepipe. It's on the wood burning stove, but it needs cleaning and repairs before I can use it. And at the moment, I really don't have any firewood, although I could get some cheap or free. Anyway, California has this program to defer your property taxes. You pay them when you, let's see, sell your house or refinance your house or die. So I applied for it, and on October 2, I sent this mountain of forms and documents by priority mail. Should take 2 or 3 days, right? This is the 17th and it still has not been delivered. Oh, hi, Mac Attack. Welcome in. Well, I guess being in the Northeast, you won't sympathize too much with me because it's cold here on the mountain. At least it didn't actually hit freezing last night. It was about 40. The temperatures overnight have ranged from below freezing to slightly above freezing, even when the afternoon is 60 to 70 degrees. After suffering most of the summer with record high heat, we're now getting record low temperatures in October. Well, welcome in, it's Sequentia. Good to see you. Oh, a movie about a guy who escaped from LA. Yeah, it was called Escape from LA. I never saw it, but of course I saw all the ads and trailers. Snake Plissken was the hero, huh? Kurt Russell. Ah. Well, anyway, there was another one called Escape from New York. It was a thing for a short time. I want to escape from California, but I really can't. So I won't think about it. I'll focus on trying to make California better. California is so bad that any improvement is welcome. Yeah, people are ready to escape New York City. The millionaires and billionaires are canceling projects in New York and in other parts of New York State. It's getting ridiculous. And let's see, there's another Trump trial going on about January 6th. there are some problems with that scenario. Trump had 10,000 National Guard troops stationed less than 2 miles from the Capitol, but he did not have the authority to deploy them. And besides, he was giving a speech when the riot started at about 20 after 12 noon. Probably didn't even know about the riot. Nancy Pelosi was busy posing for her daughter's documentary film. She had the authority to deploy the Guard, but she didn't know that the Capitol Police were calling for it and begging for the Guard. It was a mess. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that. I have a lot of problems with Trump, but I just can't stand his opponent. She was interviewed on Fox by Brett Baer. I don't know a whole lot. I don't watch Fox, but well, anyway, he asked her, "What are your plans for the economy?" Well, Trump, what are you going to do about the border? Well, Trump is not the president or the vice president or the border czar. The question is, what are you going to do? And I'm like, if your only platform is the other guy is terrible, what about you? What makes you better? Well, I grew up in a middle class family. Her mother had to save up for 10 years to buy a $1 million mansion in a exclusive neighborhood in Canada. That doesn't sound middle class to me. Maybe I got a mental problem, but it just doesn't seem middle class. I have my mail-in ballot because I'm old and I can't walk too well. And I'm looking. Well, Robert Kennedy said, "Don't vote for me," so that's out. The Green Party has some their party platform has some uh, ideas that are a no-go for me. Tora, get out of my stuff. Come on. Yeah, I got your treats. She's trying to communicate that she needs treats. You don't need them, you just want them. Your 3C and Smoky Sue and Tutu. Grandpa's thinking about it. I don't know where Sweetie is. Well, let's see if Grandpa will accept some treats. Back to Tora. Okay, that's enough. There's actually a party called Independent. I'm registered as no party preference. Yeah, it's almost certain that RFK will play some role if Trump is elected. And Elon Musk. I'm not thrilled with his electric cars, but he did get some of our astronauts to and from the space station, so we would not have to rely on Russia after our space program was gutted. And of course, RFK is being attacked as an anti-vaxxer. Well, he's against mandates. He's against one particular production method. But I'm sure he gets his tetanus shot every 10 years. I do. Um, I've had the, hi Ditch, welcome back. I've, let's see, I've had, of course, several polio vaccinations when I was a child. The sugar cube and the shot. They'd give you the shot and then stick a sugar cube in your mouth because the shot hurt like the dickens. Tora, get out. You've had enough treats. Move it. I had the, back when they gave it, the smallpox vaccination. They were giving it to all the fifth graders. So every year they'd have a new batch of fifth graders, 10 years old. Yes, needles were bigger back then. They were just introducing the smaller needles. Dentists had figured that out sooner. They were giving the Novocaine with smaller needles, but it took a while to translate that into vaccinations and stuff like that. But yeah, I had the dentist give me shots with one of the old big needles. Hey, Tora, get out. You had enough treats. God. Well, I don't know about kids being tougher, but doctors were less sympathetic. Not only the dentists, but the children's doctors would just say, that didn't hurt, you quit crying. I'm going to have to open some cat food for these monsters. Oh, look out, Tora. Look out. We'll start with the rabble. We'll start with the spare cats. Canned food. Now we can get Tora some food. What is it with you guys knocking down my stack of boxes? Good thing there's nothing breakable in those boxes. Come on, Tora. You know where your dish is. There, here. Let me through. Cats. You think you'll get fed sooner if you get in my way so I can't get to the food? Cats have no brains, only instincts. Uh, well, anyway, the original smallpox vaccine was to just scratch your arm and daub on some cowpox, the pus from a cow that had pox. It worked. And it wasn't a shot. My great granny's rocking chair is. Oh, I see. There was something under the runners. I love my rocking chair. I use it for a modified form of chair yoga. Keeps my legs in shape at least. Well, anyway, I had to use a bunch of printer ink and printer paper to recreate the forms and documents that I already sent in because the post office never delivered it. They claim that it's sitting in a post office in Sacramento. It was addressed to a government office in Sacramento. I sent it on October 2 by priority mail. This is now October 17, and they have not delivered it. So I have to send it again. So today I have to waste an hour or so complaining at the post office. And of course, a bit of canned cat food landed on the post office receipt, but did not obscure the tracking number. Hi, Pio. Welcome in. Oh, Lord God. Yeah. Well, I'm smoking the Dunhill Reds because I'm pointing it at the screen instead of the camera. It's all I have left. And I don't have many of these, so I'll need to get some cigarettes today. Oh, what a morning. This is the time of year when the morning sun comes through the window and half blinds me. Yeah, I can't get used to the screen giving me a picture of what I actually look like and not the mirror image. Oh, well, ditch. I also had a pack of Camel filters. So I made 2 packs last a week, not just one. I do most of my smoking when I'm on here on YouTube live chatting with you guys. Mm. This time I don't have the budget for more done. The next rainstorm. Probably rain, probably not snow, but you never know. Big Bear and Running Springs will get snow, but they're a couple thousand feet higher than I am. Anyway, I'm just trying to get my property taxes deferred. They're not canceled. I have to pay them if I sell my house or refinance my house or die. Oh, I hope the tumor has shrunk a bit. What's happened is the tumor has expanded here, so the actual lip is down here. It's a problem. I've been painting it with iodine on advice from a holistic doctor. Apparently, iodine deficiency can contribute to all kinds of health problems, and the recommended daily allowance, according to this doctor, is not enough. Anyway, I hate looking awful like this, but of course it's right on my face. But iodine apparently is involved in all of your hormones and in your immune system and all kinds of stuff. I still am afraid I will have to get surgery. I just don't want it. I don't trust surgeons. And when they knock me out, I have to tell them I'm a mouth breather with a strong gag reflex. But that's for the anesthesiologist, not the surgeon. Your uncle loved using iodine? Well, I got this stuff. It's the best known brand is betadine. There are other brands. It's iodine solution, but no alcohol. It's the alcohol that really stings when you use the little bottle with the glass applicator. I guess they make them from plastic now. Yeah. Well, it's still a dark, kind of maroon, red tending toward purple solution. And when you wipe it on, it looks kind of red-orange. Yeah, I prefer peroxide for wounds, but I'm putting iodine on the tumor. We'll see if it works. Well, the guy is an MD, doctor. So he must know something. Wow. I'm glad the tetanus shot lasts 10 years. It does still hurt when they inject it, but It's important, especially up here with all the wild critters that carry all kinds of disease. There's little rats and mice, and there's raccoons and squirrels and chipmunks. Your tetanus shot didn't hurt, Ditch? Well, you must be a tough guy. Oh, welcome in, Pedro. Good morning. Yeah, I should talk about Philip K. Dick. My hair keeps falling over my face. You probably can't see a single strand because my hair is so fine. It's as fine as a spider web, but it bugs me. It tickles, and if it's in front of my eye, I don't want to look through a strand of hair. Oh, Ditch said happy Thursday in Spanish. Feliz jueves. It's one of the first things I learned in Spanish class, 7th grade, the days of the week. Come on. Maybe it's stuck to my hat. Anyway, Phil was a liberal Democrat, but he would not recognize the Democrat Party today. For one thing, he was very strongly against abortion. Except when the life of the mother was at risk and other, extreme circumstances to do with health. I think that one's a cat hair stuck in my eyelashes. I can't tell. Oh well, anyway. His wife, Anne, Laura's mother, got an abortion quite against Phil's pleas to keep the baby. And then he divorced her. She said they didn't have enough money to raise another child. And she thought she could motivate Phil to make more money. Instead, she motivated him to leave her. I don't know. Phil had a habit of marrying women he should not have married. On the other hand, he was not the greatest husband. The pre-persons was actually more inspired by the rise of abortion clinics, where it became so common and a profitable industry that women were getting abortions because raising a child would be inconvenient. So he thought, well, what if you can still abort your child after your child has been born? And he said up to the age of 10. You can send your child to the pound, just like unwanted dogs and cats. Yeah, Ditch. Some women use abortion instead of birth control. I don't know. It's their choice. You see, I'm concerned that if the government can ban abortion, the government can also require abortion. For the good of society, just get rid of defective babies. They might be different from using it because under the one-child policy, they wanted to have a son, not a daughter. There's all kinds of economic and social reasons for that. But Chinese men eventually had no Chinese women to marry, so they were importing people from Korea and the Pacific Islands looking for women to marry. I've tried to tell women that you can't get pregnant if you keep your pants on. And they just laugh. Oh, yeah, sure. Like I'm going to give up sex. Okay for you. I can't tell what Ditch posted. Some kind of picture, I guess. Oh, well, I don't have to worry about monitoring the chat. I have mods in here with blue names and wrenches. Pio says Chinese men were also resorting to kidnapping women. I don't know what the province is, Pio. Sorry. Oh, that means you agree? Okay, Ditch. I really think medical decisions need to be between a woman and her doctor, but not between a woman and a nonprofit clinic that has highly paid employees and government funding. Oh, the rural areas, less developed and probably less regulated. I mean, China's a huge country. Yeah. Nobody cared about migrants who committed crimes against people. But when someone mentioned dogs and cats, people went nuts. And there is some evidence that it has happened. But I'm tired of hearing people say there's no proof. The word you want is evidence, not proof. Evidence. Well, there have to be exceptions. Um, There are times when it is medically necessary. That's why I say the doctor and his patient need to make that decision. And if it turns out that this was a viable fetus, they'd better darn well keep it alive. Unless you're in Minnesota. Ditch says he wasn't human till he was 3 years old. If you say so. I think the woman should choose in consultation with her doctor, not with an abortion clinic. It's in their interest to encourage abortion. The doctor is concerned with patient's health. No, the clinics can stay open, but they have to have a referral from an actual doctor. Who actually knows the patient. That's my take on it. I've known a number of people who wanted to adopt a child. It said there just aren't any babies available. Maybe if you're not particular about any health problems that the baby might have. I was moving something and it got caught in the camera cable. You know, if you're willing to accept a child of a race or with a genetic defect or who's ill and needs lots of expensive medical care, yeah. Otherwise, there's plenty of teenagers, plenty of children from ages 6 to 17 move Torah because for various reasons they are no longer with their parents. My granddaughter chose to have her child adopted because she could not take care of an infant. It's an open adoption, so the parents keep in touch. Okay, I'm lost, Ren, as to what condition you're talking about. Yeah, China has had so many disasters, both natural and man-made. It's scary. Oh, Ditch ran a Bible study on his Discord. and read Ecclesiastes. Good for you, Ditch. I wonder where Freeman is. And Witta has been silent ever since the evacuation for that hurricane. Oh. Yeah, the problem with socialism/communism trying to make everybody have the same, it just ends up with everybody living in poverty. It doesn't lift anybody up to a better life. It just reduces people who are doing well to not doing well. What, Tora? Say hi to your fans. Your adoring fans need to see you. Yes, pretty kitty. That's my little Tora. Okay, she's made her appearance. Well, during I think it was 92, the U.S. Air Force, the military, were actually delivering supplies to the former Soviet Union, and they were sent by ordinary people like me, but at half the usual price. So I sent a few groceries, just ordinary groceries, to one of the Baltic. No, not the guy in the Baltics. He was in Volgograd, formerly Stalingrad. Volgograd, named after the river Volga. He was like overjoyed. He'd never seen groceries like that. And they were nothing special. Once in a while, I sent him a $5 bill, and he'd write back that the inspector at the post office stole it. But sometimes it got to him, and he could go to the dollar store where you didn't have to wait in line, and you could buy anything with American dollars. One time he waited all day in line at the shoe store, and when it was his turn, they didn't have his size. His wife waited all day in line for a sack of flour, well, about 2 or 3 hours in her case, and they ran out before she got to the front of the line. Ren is reincarnated into a new body. Yeah, well, as they like to say in lectures on the topic, the goals of socialism are noble, but their means to get there are not. And not only that, they don't work. Well, at Sequentia, people lined up for an experimental medication because the pandemic, you know, People in groups, especially large groups, tend to be compliant with authority. But some people do have limits. Most people have some kind of limit. Oh well. On top of everything else, guys, my lips are badly chapped. Where's my thingy? My lip balm. Listex. Medicated. It's basically Vaseline with some eucalyptus oil in it. Well, I think Orwell was right when he wrote 1984. He just had the wrong year. It took them a little longer. Yep. When Stalin took power, he had all his top aides, the people at the top, he had them all killed or thrown in prison or in the gulag because they were a threat to his power. They were also the most competent of his sidekicks. Yeah, Lenin thought the dictatorship of the proletariat, Etziquentia says, would magically dissolve into a communist utopia. Right after all the non-believers were shot, I guess. That's Etziquentia, not me. Yeah. When Pol Pot took over in, was that Cambodia? I think. He had all the intellectuals killed, and that included anyone who wore eyeglasses, because if they had eyeglasses, they obviously knew how to read. He wanted a bunch of stupid people under his regime. Boy. Yeah, the Khmer Rouge. You spelled rogue, but that's okay, Ditch. Rouge is Rouge. Did spell checker do that to you? The Red Khmer. Rouge is red in French. One of the few French words I know because it's also an English word. The English language is an unholy mess, and we've been adopting words from other languages around the world. French, because William the Conqueror made everyone in his court speak French because he didn't speak English. German, because King George, either the first or the second, I forget which one, was German and never learned English. Spanish, because why not? Spain was an enemy of England for a long time. Their navies would, if a Spanish ship spotted an English ship, they'd attack. If an English ship spotted a Spanish ship, they'd attack. Yeah, the 20th century was not an anomaly. Look at all the crusades. Look at all the wars between England and France over the centuries. France and Germany over Alsace-Lorraine because the best wine grapes grew there. Wars between Germany and Poland because the Germans considered the Polish an inferior race, even though Poland saved us from the Mongol hordes. Was it the no, I think it was the Huns. The Polish knights stopped them from taking over all of Europe. Yeah, if you think this world is crazy, you should see some of the others. That's a Philip K. Dick paraphrase, maybe a quote. Tora, please get off my desk. You had your treats and your canned food and your kibble. Now what? More gruel? Please, sir, I'd like some more. All right, I have a different flavor here. Tora. Now all the other cats want their share. There, here you go. Cats live on their tummies. But if I give them too many treats, they start erping them up. Cat is disgusting. Wow. It's been an hour. And I don't have a whole lot to say today. I do know that the cats that have, gone from feral to a little bit tame are the ones I fed. Oh, the lady gives us food. She can't be all bad. Oh, Douglas Adams. Yeah, it sounds a lot like something Phil would say. In the beginning, the universe was created. That upset a lot of people who thought it was a really bad idea. Yep. I still haven't found the third book in the Douglas Adams series. I do have So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, but that's number 4. I've read the first 2. I think the one I'm missing is the restaurant at the end of the universe. But of course, I've read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and the second book, but I've forgotten the title. Douglas Adams must have been a Philip K. Dick fan. Oh, well, I can probably find it on eBay or Amazon and buy it. I'm just pinching pennies right now. Oh, Pio listened to The Hitchhiker's Guide in an audiobook. Cool. I like audiobooks because I can do other things while I'm listening. You can't, if you want to get up and fix a slice of toast and a cup of coffee, you have to put the book down. But an audiobook keeps going. Anyway, I'm about ready to sign off. Oh, Ditch says according to his psychiatric profile or psychological, he's a feral child. Okay. I don't know. I didn't grow up feral. I certainly was not sheltered. I think I was imprisoned. If I wasn't someplace where mom could see me, she freaked out. You know, it was the end of the world. I must be dead or kidnapped or something. Jeez. When I was 16 years old, she would not let me cross a street that had a signal. It was okay in our neighborhood where there weren't any signals, just stop signs. But don't you dare cross the Imperial Highway to go to the grocery store. Idiot. Those streets are safer. Thanks, Stitch. You take care too. I'm rambling, so let's get our day started. I'm due for more coffee anyway. So thank you all for joining me this morning. I'm learning new things to say so it doesn't get too repetitive. And have a great day. Come on, another typo. Let's get rid of that. There we go. I really enjoyed talking with you all. Let's do it again sometime. And I hope Freeman's okay, and I hope Witta's okay. See ya. Adios. Hasta luego. Well, there he is. Sorry, Freeman. I gotta leave. So sorry your head hurts. Let's pray for Freeman's poor achy head. Where's the A? I gotta go. See ya.